Hello friends, welcome to our e-learning program on sociology syllabus from UPSC point of view, where we have been doing a series of lectures targeted towards your UPSC mains examination, where we are trying to cover different core components of your sociology syllabus. In last few classes, I have already discussed with you people that in these series of lectures of half an hour each, we are going to cover those important topics which we are referring as core areas of your sociology syllabus, and here we have been following an approach that we are trying to do these concepts from very basics so that we will be able to help you in developing a better understanding over these areas from where questions have been asked repeatedly in previous UPSC mains examination. And in last few classes I have discussed with you people that how, where and why this particular subject of sociology emerged in 18th century Western Europe. Then I took one topic that is scope of this subject, जहाँ पे हमने समझने की कोशिश की कि what is the scope of sociology as a subject, which is one particular chapter, one particular topic mentioned in your syllabus. शुरू की few classes में we are trying to cover these three units, which are the three units of your paper 1. First unit which deals with sociology, the discipline, sociology as a science. Then third one is methodological research. These topics we are going to cover, जिनसे आपको एक basic idea मिलेगा, एक आपको familiarity मिलेगी कि what sociology optional is all about, what sociology subject is all about. क्योंकि आप में से बहुत सारे लोग इस subject को पहली बार पढ़ रहे हैं. हमने ये भी डिस्कस किया कि how in what manner sociology as an optional can help you in this UPSC civil service examination along with your optional papers which comprise of 500 marks. It can also help you in general studies paper, it can also help you in essay paper. All these things I have already discussed with you people, so that you should gather some confidence about your choice when you decided that you will go for sociology as an optional. इसके बाद मैंने आपके साथ ये कुछ टॉपिक्स लिए हैं जिनके थ्रू आपको एक फैमिलियरिटी डेवलप हो जाए शुरू के कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट से जो सब्जेक्ट के बारे में डील कर रहे हैं. देन वी विल इंटर इनटू डिफरेंट डोमेन ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी, डिफरेंट डोमेन ऑफ सोसाइटी. सो आफ्टर डिस्कसिंग इमर्जेंस ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी, how sociology emerged at one point of time as a distinct discipline in Western European society, after taking that topic, that is scope of this subject, the next important topic I am going to discuss with you people, which is mentioned in your unit 1 of paper 1, that is a third particular topic of unit 1 in paper 1, that is sociology and common sense. ये एक particular topic आपके syllabus में mention है. And friends, this is one particular topic which was not there earlier in your sociology optional syllabus. Later on it was added, and even today many students, they are not able to develop an understanding about this particular topic, that why this particular topic is there in syllabus, and if question comes from this particular topic, that how they should proceed. So here our approach will be that we will try to understand that what exactly is common sense. हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कॉमन सेंस है क्या. देन द डिबेट विच गोज ऑन इन सोशियोलॉजी सब्जेक्ट, दैट वेदर सोशियोलॉजी इज ऑल अबाउट कॉमन सेंस, क्या सोशियोलॉजी कॉमन सेंस ही है क्या, और व्हाट काइंड ऑफ रिलेशनशिप इज देयर बिटवीन सोशियोलॉजी एंड कॉमन सेंस, वेदर sociological studies about these social phenomena they should be completely excluded from common sense, they should be completely liberated from common sense, or commonsensical knowledge, commonsensical perceptions, they can help us in a better understanding of these social phenomena. इस बात को हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे थ्रू दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक ऑफ सोशियोलॉजी एंड कॉमन सेंस, जहाँ से आपको शॉर्ट नोट्स भी आ सकते हैं. यू मे गेट long answer also. So we will try to understand what is common sense. We will try to understand the relationship between sociology and common sense, and we'll try to understand the most crucial aspect that in sociological research whether we should use common sense or not. So common sense जो आप मेरे में या हम सभी में थोड़ा बहुत अवेलेबल है. Common sense is generally regarded as a collectivity of a kind of perception, that collectivity of people in any given society, they have about surrounding in which they are living. इसको ऐसे अंडरस्टूड किया जाता है कि people living in society, what kind of general ideas they have, what kind of perception they have about environment, about surrounding in which they are living, such general ideas that we have developed through our sensory perceptions, through our reflections, that is known as common sense. What is the use of common sense? Common sense को use करके we try to gather truth about situation in which we are placed, and common sense help us to regulate our behavior also. और अगर अर्ली स्टेज ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग को आप देखें, सो इन अर्ली स्टेज ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, scholars while using common sense, scholars while using these perceptions, they develop various explanations. बहुत सारी explanations उन्होंने निकाली about origin of family, about origin of religion, about origin of society. Like common sense के थ्रू हमें समझ में आता है कि शायद अर्थ इज एट द सेंटर ऑफ सोलर सिस्टम और सन हमारे चारों तरफ रिवॉल्व कर रहा है. दिस काइंड ऑफ द परसेप्शन वी डेवलप ओनली थ्रू आवर सेंसरी परसेप्शन, थ्रू आवर कॉमन सेंस. बट हमने आपके साथ ऐसा डिस्कस किया इन लास्ट क्लास व्हेन आई वाज डिस्कसिंग सम intellectual development that were taking place in Western Europe from 14th to 17th century, कि ऐसा एक मूवमेंट चल रहा था, एज ऑफ रीजनिंग आ रही थी, एज ऑफ क्रिटिकलिटी आ रही थी, जिसमें बोला जा रहा था कि ट्रुथ मस्ट बी डिस्कवर्ड, truth must be arrested through scientific method, through scientific procedure, and it was regarded as the explanations which were developed using common sense, they are speculative, they are presumptive. ये speculations हैं, ये presumptions हैं, इनके थ्रू आप कुछ phenomena को शायद explain कर सकते हैं, but they can never attain status of theory basically. तो such theory should be developed only through by applying scientific methods, scientific procedures. For example, there was one scholar, Galileo, and Galileo discarded this kind of explanation based on common sense that Earth is at the center of solar system, and through his scientific methods, scientific observation, visibility, he came up with some other theory. And because of that I am saying that this was a time period from 14th century till 17th century. This was a time period when science was being celebrated. लोग साइंस को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे थे, साइंटिफिक मेथड्स को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे थे, साइंटिफिक प्रोसीजर्स को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे थे, एंड दे वर डिस्कार्डिंग common sensical knowledge. So from 14th to 17th century, this was the time period when science was being glorified, science was being celebrated, scientific methods were acquiring more acceptability, more respect, and people were drifting away from common sensical knowledge. And at that time there was one scholar whose name was John Locke, and John Locke came up with one article, and that article was directed towards in defense of common sense. John Locke का कहना है कि common sensical knowledge is not always antithetical to scientific knowledge. For example, he was saying कि using our sensory perceptions only, we presume that clouds gives us rain. और हो सकता है कि साइंटिफिक रिसर्च के थ्रू, साइंटिफिक प्रोसीजर्स के थ्रू हमने बाद में पाया कि क्लाउड्स ओनली गिव अस रेन, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ही इज सेइंग कि सच कॉमन सेंसिकल परसेप्शन, सच कॉमन सेंसिकल नॉलेज दैट वी हैव समटाइम, इट मे एक्ट एज foundation for scientific research. Echoing the same argument, there was another scholar known as Alfred Murray. Alfred Murray is saying that through sensory perceptions, through using our sense, we develop ideas like days follows night, or there is a change in climate. So हो सकता है कि common sense के through जो हम explanations develop कर रहे हो, so explanations that we are developing through common sense, it may be antithetical to the explanations provided by science. That may be a possibility, but yes, using your sensory perceptions, certain ideas that you develop later on, it becomes a foundation for scientific research or scientific discoveries. So जो observations आपने देखी अपने सेंसरी परसेप्शंस के थ्रू, हो सकता है उन्हीं ऑब्जर्वेशन के बेसिस पे आगे जाके फिजिक्स में, केमिस्ट्री में, बायोलॉजी में रिसर्च किए गए और एक नई एक्सप्लेनेशंस आई. सो अल्फ्रेड मुरे, जॉन लॉक, these are the scholars, while realizing the importance of common sense, they are saying that common sense and science, like common sense on one side and science on other side, they are saying they are not mutually exclusive, rather they complement each other, and using our common sense, certain ideas we develop, certain presumptions we develop, and later on these presumptions, on these hypotheses, we do some experiment, and later on the kind of the explanations we get, sometimes it supports common sense, sometimes it challenges commonsensical knowledge and it rejects common sense, but there is some sort of relationship between common sense and scientific method, scientific procedure. ये आर्गुमेंट है अल्फ्रेड मुरे एंड जॉन लॉक का, जिनका कहना है कि कॉमन सेंसिकल नॉलेज इज नॉट कंप्लीटली एंटीथेटिकल टू साइंटिफिक नॉलेज, बोथ में एक्ट एज mutually complementing each other. That was one argument. Now our main focus is that why we are discussing all these things, what is the relationship between sociology and common sense. जहाँ पे हमने समझा है कि sociology is a systematic study about social institutions, social interactions, social processes, human beings in society, how they behave. इनकी एक सिस्टमैटिक स्टडी है सोशोलॉजी, एंड कॉमन सेंस को आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन फ्यू मिनट्स बैक दैट कॉमन सेंस कैन बी ऑर्डिनरली अंडरस्टूड एज perceptions that collectivity of people in a given situation, in a given society they carry. So what is the relationship between common sensical knowledge and sociological knowledge? So when sociology was emerging as a distinct discipline in 18th century Europe, so there were certain scholars like Saint-Simon, Auguste Comte, Émile Durkheim. इन स्कॉलर्स को हम एक ग्रुप में रख रहे हैं जिसे पॉजिटिविस्ट बोला जाता है. पॉजिटिविस्ट से मेरा मतलब ये है कि these scholars they were trying to project, when sociology was emerging as a distinct discipline, these scholars they were trying to project sociology as positive science, and they were saying that social reality is visible, is observable, and it must be arrested by use of scientific methods, scientific procedures, and if sociology has to acquire respect as a distinct discipline, if sociology has to acquire acceptability as a well-defined discipline, it should liberate itself from these presumptions, these superstitions, these speculative kind of knowledge. So liberation from common sense, common sense से liberation, it will help in development and progress of sociology as a distinct discipline. Sociology ज़्यादा acceptability acquire कर पाएगी, ज़्यादा respect acquire कर पाएगी as a distinct discipline, अगर हम common sensical explanation से खुद को liberate कर लें, खुद को exclude कर लें. That was one argument which was presented by these positivists like Saint-Simon, these positivists like Auguste Comte, these positivists like Émile Durkheim. On the other hand, there were some people who belong to other school of thought known as phenomenologists. आगे आके मैं आपको explain करूँगा. These prominent scholars were like Peter Berger, like Herbert Marcuse. इनका कहना है कि in every culture, in every social context, human being they apply common sense. While applying common sense, they develop certain ideas about what is the demand of situation, and as per demand of situation, they recreate their expected behavior pattern. So वो realize कर रहे हैं what is the importance of common sense in general social interaction, in general human interaction, in general social processes. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पीटर बर्गर का कहना है कि जिस तरह की साइंटिफिक मेथड की बात कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह के एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन की बात कर रहे हैं पॉजिटिविस्ट, दैट मे बी पॉसिबल इन फिजिक्स, दैट मे बी पॉसिबल इन केमिस्ट्री, वेयर द सब्जेक्ट मैटर इज डिवॉइड ऑफ वॉल्यूशन. जीस उसकी अपनी कोई विश नहीं है, बट यहाँ पर हम सोशल रियलिटी से इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, सोशल बिहेवियर से इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, सोशल प्रोसेसेस से इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं. सो व्हेन वी आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद सोशल रियलिटीज, सोशल प्रोसेसेस, social behavior, social institutions, it is not as fixed. as presumed by whom? These positivists like Durkheim, like Comte, and because of that they are saying that man is living in society is not a pattern. He cannot plan everything. So जब आप social world में interact कर रहे होते हैं, so not everything that you do that is well planned, that is rule bound. Many times using your common sense you have to create, reconstruct, again construct the situation, and according to that you should behave. And because of that they realize what I mean to say, that they realize the role and significance of common sense in social interaction, social behavior and social processes. And because of that जो contemporary discourse है sociological research का, contemporary discourse ये बोल रहा है कि man in a society is neither completely rule bound nor he is a completely culture bound. So man in a society is combination of both. We are living in some culture, so man is culture bound, man is sympathetic, man is sensitive also. At the same time he is rational also, he is rule bound also, he has some reasoning also. So we should look into both. So in sociological research we should take help of commonsensical knowledge while showing our respect towards these positivist ethos. And because of that contemporary viewpoint in sociological research is that we should use both commonsensical knowledge as well as rational ethos of science depending upon their merit. So sociology can never exclude itself completely from common sense, but at the same time I am saying the responsibility of sociologists is to develop some general laws about these social problems, social patterns he tries to find out, not to the pattern, not to the extent of physics, chemistry and biology, but yes, sociological research, neither it is completely devoid of common sense nor it is completely common sense. It uses ethos of science, at the same time showing respect towards our customs, our culture, sensitivity, that is commonsensical knowledge. So I hope that through this small lecture you would have developed some understanding that what exactly is common sense. कॉमन सेंस जिसके बारे में हमने डिस्कस किया कि इट में वेरी फ्रॉम सोसाइटी टू सोसाइटी. हो सकता है कि इंडियन सोसाइटी में कॉमन सेंस हो कि पेरेंट्स को बच्चों की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी चाहिए, उसी तरह से बच्चों को में एक कॉमन सेंस कि वंस दे बिकम व्हेन पेरेंट्स बिकम ओल्ड दे शुड टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ पेरेंट्स. हो सकता है ये कॉमन सेंस यूएस के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में न हो. सो कॉमन सेंस चेंजेस फ्रॉम सोसाइटी टू सोसाइटी. यस्टरडेज कॉमन सेंस may not be common sense of today. ये टाइम टू टाइम भी क्या होता है, चेंज होता है. सो कॉमन सेंस के बारे में हमने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया कि कॉमन सेंस is generally understood as kind of perception that largely people they have about the society in which they are living, surrounding in which they are living. Sociology we have understood as a systematic study of social behavior, social processes, social institutions, social interaction, and we try to understand a kind of relationship between sociology and common sense, where I am saying neither sociology is completely common sense, not sociology can completely liberate itself from common sense. In sociological research we are oriented towards rational scientific method, scientific procedure. At the same time we will show respect to this commonsensical knowledge also. So friends, I think that through this small lecture of 20 minutes you would have developed this kind of understanding about sociology and common sense. Thank you to all of you.